everybody, today I'm here to review a book for you. Today I'll be talking about A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E Schwab. This is the first book in the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy. Just now getting around to reading this book like 2 years late. I don't know how long this has been out, but I know the last book in the trilogy just came out. And I honestly picked this book up on a whim, and I am so glad I did because I loved it. It should be no surprise because I loved Vicious by V.E Schwab. It was one of my favorite reads of last year. It was like number 2 on my list. I love that book. So I should have known. I should have known that I was going to love this book. This review is going to be spoiler free. I'm just going to tell you what this book is about, what I thought about it, and my overall rating. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is a fantasy book, and we follow our main character, Kel. He's a magician, and he has this rare ability to be able to travel between parallel universes. In this world, there are 3 London. Kel is from the Red London. Magic is very vibrant, and they really try to view magic as their equal, so everything's really great in that world. And then there is White London. People try to control magic, and the magic fights back, and it makes the city suffer because of that. And then there's Grey London, a London without any magic at all. So also Black London, which is never talked about anymore. No one talks about that anymore. It's kind of like a forbidden word. Like, nobody talks about Black London anymore because it really doesn't exist anymore. Alice from the Red London, and he's actually the traveler. Like, he brings messages to the Grey London, to the royalty in the Grey London, and he'll bring messages to the royalty in White London. And he is officially the messenger for the Red London, where he's an ambassador of the Marish, hopefully I said that right, Empire. So he carries, like I said, monthly correspondence. Unofficially, Kel is a smuggler, so he'll take trinkets and he'll switch things between, he'll bring something magical from his Red London to Grey London, and he'll switch off things for trinkets and things like that. So Kel is, like I said, a smuggler, and one day he was, doing his thing in White London, and all of a sudden some shady things go down, and he accidentally has this trinket that he really shouldn't have, and this huge adventure sparks up, and dark magic and things like that. And that's a really rough explanation of the book. This book is very, very hard to explain. I would say go into this book not knowing really anything about it. I kind of did, honestly. I just knew it was about magic, and that's all I really knew about it. Go into it blind because it will reward you in the end. I will say the first 40 pages are kind of slow. I was kind of having a rough go with them, but after that initial first 40-50 pages, it gets amazing, and you do not want to put it down. This book is so full of magic, so full of adventure, so just amazing, honestly. Such great character development. And it's a fast read because each thing is broken up. It's got 14 parts in it, which is a lot of parts, but within those parts, they'll break them up into chapters 1, 2, and you can sometimes chapter 4, and then it's another part. So it reads really, really quickly, which makes it amazing. Overall, I love this book. Like I said, it's amazing. It's best to go into it not knowing anything other than it's magic and blood magic and adventures and parallel universes and just amazingness. Kel is an amazing, complex character where he is a good person, but sometimes he doesn't do these great things. And then we have a character, Delilah, who he encounters in Grey London, who wants to go on this grand adventure, and she wants to see these other parallel universes. And she's also amazing. Again, a complex character. She is not such she's a very morally gray character. She sometimes does great things, sometimes does not great things. Either way, this book is just amazing. I highly recommend you pick this up, and in case you are fearful because it's the first book in the series, I always am very fearful of picking up a first book because I'm like, crap, if I finish this book, I don't love it, then it's a trilogy I have not finished. I will definitely be continuing on with this trilogy. I loved it so much. I want book 2 and 3. Right now, I've heard they just get better. So if you're looking for a fantasy book full of magic, full of adventure, full of great character development, witty writing, beautiful writing, honestly, parallel universes, so many things and more. This book is great for you. I cannot recommend it enough. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I loved it. I didn't know V.E Schwab also writes as Victoria Schwab, and she writes Victoria, and whenever she writes young adult fiction, she will write it as Victoria Schwab. And I have read a couple of her books as Victoria Schwab. I much prefer her adult books. I find that I like them a lot better. They're more in depth, they're more gritty, and I really like her books as V.E Schwab. Either way, I recommend this book. I didn't want to spoil anything for you. The ending was amazing. It definitely left something to be thought of. It definitely could have ended like this, honestly, as a standalone, but I'm glad it's a trilogy because I loved it so much. I wanted more. But overall, like I said, I love this book. I couldn't get enough of it. I highly recommend it, and I definitely will be reading on this trilogy. So I just want to make this video for people out there like myself who are just now picking this book up. As soon as I finished it, I was like, why? Why have I waited so long to read this? Why? There's no good reason. But either way, I'm glad to have read it, and I'm glad I'm finally reading the series now. So yeah, just know you're not alone. I am just now getting into it myself. If you have read this book, please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I would love to hear what you think of it. And if you've read the trilogy, let me know what you thought about it overall. Do not spoil anything for me. But yeah, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.